All right. All right. Welcome.
Hello.
Welcome to Green Light and Banter.
Welcome.
Yep. Today is August 7th, 2024.
The year of our Lord.
Yep. And today is episode 31.
I have no idea if it is or not.
It is.
Okay. Well,
I'm here to tell you it's 31.
okay.
So welcome today. We have an exciting foray into the world of some topic.
Do we?
Yeah. So welcome to the fireside chat. I was just telling Jamie, so we got a new lamp in here.
Studio's growing by leaps and bounds.
It's a warm tone.
Is it? It is warm in here.
You know, I will tell you before we get started. I guess we're already started.
Yes.
Speaking of the fireside chat, so at one time I actually sat in a rocking chair at the fireplace where President Roosevelt did his fireside chats.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yeah, I worked at the Warm Springs
Yeah.
Roosevelt Institute, Rehab Institute, and we had our staff meeting at the little White House. And I actually came in for the meeting, sat down in this rocking chair, and the guy said, "Hey, do you realize that's where the president sat for his fireside chats?"
So do you mind getting up and getting
I
out
was
of the
like,
president's chair?
no idea.
Outstanding.
I said, "Do I need to get up?" He goes, "No, you're fine right there."
No, everybody sits where the president sat.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well done.
You you may not want to sit where the current president sits, though.
I don't ever want to sit where the current president sits.
So we're going to muster through this today. Jamie has been afflicted by respiratory difficulties, and so have I. So whether it's a cold or the current mold system in our area,
And there's debate on who gave it to who.
there's not really a debate.
Oh no, not on your all side, because
Yeah.
y'all seem to think that I'm patient zero.
Patient zero.
Yeah, I don't see how there's any scientific proof backing that up.
So would I be patient one?
Probably.
Probably. Okay. All right. So welcome to our podcast. If you're new to the YouTube channel, thanks for joining. This is our fourth podcast with video.
Is it?
Yeah,
Okay.
4. So if you go back through the library of podcasts on YouTube, all the podcasts before that are just audio because we didn't have the courage to step out in the video. And I will warn you, the recording, we used primitive measures, primitive means, didn't know what we were doing. So we've learned a lot of things. And at the same time, we're still don't know what we're doing.
No, absolutely not. And the only thing primitive was our brains.
Yeah. And, not knowing how to do something has never stopped me from doing it.
Well, no, I mean, it's the best way to learn how to do something.
Is it?
Yeah, maybe.
All right. I'm going to adjust this a little bit.
All right.
We're trying to get the mics out of our face, right?
Sure. Yeah, I've been told that I hide behind the mic.
Yeah, and you don't have your sunglasses on today, clipped on your shirt.
I can get them. I think they're over there somewhere.
But I have 3 pens if you need to borrow one.
I need not a pen.
3.
Yeah. Well, this is another scenario where I don't know the topic, but I was supposed to come up with the topic and I failed.
Yeah. So the premise of the podcast is lively debate or discussion about a topic. And ideally, the topic is unknown to one of us. Since the beginning, it's been unknown to
myself,
only one of us,
which isn't ideal. When you say ideally,
well, but I gave you the option this week. I said, okay, here's the twist. Since you hate that part, you come up with the topic.
I don't hate that. I mean, I can't, if we start trying to narrow down what I hate, it it's not going to work.
Hate's such a strong term, though.
But I employ it often.
Dislike, uncomfortable.
I tolerate
Tolerate many things or very few things.
everything I tolerate.
Tolerate all things.
My toleration level is quite high, quite high.
Well, and the other uh, premise of our podcast is that we have a time in the in the introduction to the podcast. I say the only catch is the time,
Yes.
which we've used poorly at times. I will say.
I'd say almost every time we've
Yeah.
been poor at managing.
So I'm gonna run one today. Run a time
Okay.
if that's okay with you.
It's perfectly fine.
Um, okay, so what is the topic?
Are you asking me?
Yeah, you still don't have one?
No.
I thought you could have come up with one.
Come up with a topic. I came up with one topic one time, and I think it was the worst. It was one of our worst, wasn't it?
I think it's unmemorable. What was it?
I don't remember.
I don't think you did.
Yeah, no, it was is a deed still a good deed if you bring attention to it.
Oh yeah.
I thought that was a good
Wait, that's when my brother was on.
Yeah, that's when your brother was on. That was a good show.
Yeah.
And I still maintain a deed, once you bring attention to it, is just simply a deed. But
It's no longer good.
well, I mean, it can be good.
I think we called it self-aggrandizing.
It was self-aggrandization.
Self.
Yeah. Did you just whisper that to yourself?
Yeah.
Outstanding. So what's this topic? Yeah, do you have one? Or are we just wasting everybody's
Well,
time?
I have three.
No.
I have three. I'm gonna pick one.
Do I get a choice?
No.
So again,
Your choice was
not doing what I was
you
supposed
passed.
to.
I'm not going to pick the topic that I mentioned to you about automobiles.
I don't remember that at all.
You know, based on the automobile.
Oh, yes, yes. No, because that leaves it too open for me to stick my foot in my mouth, and
Yeah, I don't think.
and it would happen. So let's just
Okay.
yeah.
All right. So I'll pick one.
Do you want to say what they are?
Yeah, I'm still trying to decide.
That this seems like poor timing to say the least.
I mean, I'm in control here.
Well, but you yourself mentioned the time.
Oh yeah. And the time is ticking. All right. So here's my topic for the day.
You've already chosen just like that?
Mhm.
Okay.
That's how I roll.
All right.
It is drive-through anxiety.
Like drive-throughs at restaurants?
Yeah.
Okay, buckle up because this is a heated
Really?
topic. Oh, yes.
Okay. Well, I will begin by adjusting my chair, which slowly goes
And
down.
it'll just slowly drop. I mean, you should just start
Goes-
with it being at the lowest point.
I can't sit like that.
Well,
The microphone doesn't follow me. So, I myself have drive-through anxiety.
okay.
So, especially, I don't have as much of a problem if I'm by myself in the automobile. But if there's a group of people in the automobile and we elect to go through fast food drive-through, I have a real problem. Primarily because you've got different people having to make a decision in a limited amount of time. One of the problems I have is drive-throughs, you don't get to look at the menu until you have to order.
Yeah.
So there's a little bit of pressure there,
Okay.
specifically because generally there's other people waiting.
Okay.
And it has been said to me that I care too much about other people. So I shouldn't worry. Okay, it's my time at the drive-through speaker. take your time and order.
Mm-hmm.
Because guess what? That's what other people do. So, a little story to get it started. 3 years ago, we took a family trip to the West.
3 years ago, this drive-through story has happened 3 years ago.
Well, this was the worst case.
Okay. All right.
No, I mean it's been a long-term thing for me. But this just kind of capped it off and I felt terrible.
Okay.
So we went out west. We flew to Vegas, spent a little time in Vegas, and then we drove to St. George, Utah, which was our home base for exploring the area. So the boys wanted to go to Del Taco, because there's different restaurants out west.
Yeah.
Del Taco, In-N-Out Burgers.
Yeah.
So we'd never been to either place. So we went to Del Taco. It'd been a long day, to say the least, of flying and driving. So we get to the drive-through. We're at the speaker. It's time to order. Nobody knows what they want. So I start becoming anxious, having basically a panic attack, which is, you can't control that. So I basically give up in frustration and say, okay, we're out of here. I lose it, right?
Yeah.
Lose it. I put the car in reverse to back out.
Somebody's behind you.
Yeah, there's a big truck behind me. I mean, I was zipping out, right? Luckily, our rental car had safety awareness. So the car stopped itself before we crashed.
Right.
That would have been worse. So I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't believe this happened. So I get out, go back to apologize. The guy looks me dead in the eyes and says, and I'll spare you the complete details, but basically he said, should you have a driver's license? But he said it in a much less kind way.
He worked blue, didn't he?
He did. And I said, probably not. Anyway, I get back in the car and I'm thinking, okay, I got to pay for this guy's food, right? So we get up, we finally, I settle down, I suppose. We get up there and I tell the lady, I'm paying for the guy behind me. He's already ordered by this point. And she's like, okay. Well, apparently he was ordering for
A family.
the football team.
How much was it?
I don't know, it was like 40 some dollars or something, which today, I think with the current inflation, it'd probably be like $85.
Yeah, that was an expensive reverse.
So anyway, that's just one story. I have more.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I do have a problem with drive-thrus.
Well, it sounds like you are very reactionary in the drive-thrus. Do you have more stories you want to regale us with?
Well, I have a remedy
Okay. Well,
for my drive-thru anxiety.
Oh, okay. For yours, but I have remedies for drive-thrus.
Oh, solutions.
Yeah, because okay.
Well, I know your problem with one specifically.
And I'm going to bring it up right now. There's a certain company that sells chicken that everybody tells me has the greatest drive-through.
Oh, the best system.
The best system in the history of systems. They're closed on Sundays. I guess we can all know who that is now.
McDonald's?
Exactly right. No. That drive-through to me
Is maddening.
is utter madness.
So because I have a problem with it too, but you can tell me what your problem is.
It's not there's no first come, first serve situation. It's whatever you look out in. It's like, okay, I'm gonna have to pick one of these two lanes. Why there's two lanes in drive-throughs is beyond me. Because
I'll tell you why.
give it to me.
Because there's limited real estate. And so they figured out if they create two, then it reduces the length of the
Okay, then there should be two people serving you. There should be the exact same amount of people taking your order.
So you don't like people getting in front of you.
I don't like showing up to a line behind some person who's taking their time making conversation with a gentleman or gal, or girl, lady that has their little pad, and all of a sudden, I'm sure they're practicing good
Yeah, but
customer.
they're so friendly.
There's a time and there's a place. Not when I'm sitting, and then when people get up to the menu, they're like, "Oh, let's see here."
Well, that's a
You know,
problem. That's a problem that I announced that you don't get to see the menu until you.
but what's there to see at this point?
Well, I mean, that's what everybody says. You know what they have, and I'm
Try
like, well, maybe I want something different today.
try the chicken. I hear it's great. Now, and so I'll choose my one lane. I'm behind the person. I'm watching six cars
Pat, go up.
go ahead of me. That's not a system. That's just whatever, man. Whatever lane you pick,
Well, yeah.
and I had the same. And now this is kind of off topic, which I am want to do, but it's the same thing when you go into convenience stores. There's two cash registers. There doesn't seem to be a marked line. Everybody's just standing around. Oh, look at this. I got everlasting gobstopper. I got whatchamacallits.
You
People
talking
are
about Weigels?
any of them. And then so then there's not a line established. And I'm sitting back there going, okay, who's going where?
Yeah. Where are you looking at the donuts? Or are you in line?
Banks. Banks. They have it. They rope you off. I don't mind being treated like cattle if it gets me through.
Yeah, but there are some fast food places that have the little cow corral thing, not the drive-through when you go in.
Oh yeah, yeah, and I'm not speaking to them, but then that brings up another point on, and especially on the chicken joint, and there's a few other where if you're in this line and if it's taking entirely too long, they've made it to where you can't get out.
No, that's all of them now.
Yeah, that is crooked, and I want nothing to do with that
No,
world.
I hate that.
Yeah, if you're terrible at your job, I should be able to ditch that line and stick you with having to figure out, okay, well, this guy just left.
Oh, yeah, that maybe that's another reason I have anxiety with drive-throughs because
Yeah,
I know when I get in there,
you're there.
I'm at the mercy of the person that's in front of me, not.
Yeah. And then I don't know. And then there's so many different ways people pay now. Oh, here's my phone. Oh, here's cash. Here's a card. I know there's no solution to any of that, but drive through is just a severely stressful and annoying thing for me.
Yeah, back to the chicken joint.
Hmm.
I went the other day. So I like to use the app
Yeah.
for all the restaurants because it also eliminates my anxiety for groups of people because I just say, okay, we're going to so and so. Here's the app. Pick what you want.
Right.
Then you get up there. You just say mobile order for Greg.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what's weird? You do that at Taco Bell, they track you. When you pull up to tell them that, your order is already on the screen. Because I used to think I was like, wow, it's really ironic that the person in front of me ordered the exact same thing.
Well, you see, so you still, when you do the app, you still go through the drive through.
Well, it depends on where I go.
Like when I go to the closed on Sundays joint,
You walk
I
in.
know I'm strictly curbside. And people are like, well, if you go through the drive through, you get so many more points. I'll give them whatever points they want to where I don't have to be subjected to that chaotic system.
You don't have to feel like you got line jumped.
I mean, every time. And it's normally, and these are perfectly nice young people. I love that they're working. I love that they're out earning some money, but it's normally the workers that are having the conversations with people. God forbid one of you all have a dog in your car because the person taking the order is going to be talking about
Well,
that.
see, that goes back to the point that I made that I've been accused of being too worried about other people.
Well,
So I would be like,
yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. That's a
But it
society.
doesn't work in my favor though. That's the problem.
Then there's the rub. It's not returned in kind.
Because they're not even aware that I'm being
No, they're
courteous.
reading the menu going, oh, well, I still see you have a chicken sandwich. What's next? Oh, well, there's a chicken wrap. Yeah, yeah, that was there 6 years ago.
I mean, I don't have a problem with you reading the menu specifically because I think I think you I think you should be able to see the menu before you have to tell them what you want. So at Chick-fil-A, the chicken joint, the menu is way up there. A lot of times you don't even get to see the menu because the person taking your order is way up.
But if you have the app, you have the whole menu at your
Well,
disposal.
right, but if you don't have the app or you're driving, you don't have time to.
Well, I can't account for those people. That society has left them behind.
That would be me.
Well, catch up, man.
Hey, what would you like today? Well, I guess I'll have the chicken sandwiches
It's
since the
there.
menu is way up there.
Yeah, well, that's we all have to deal with that. So yeah, when I get there and they come back, oh hey, what you want? I haven't been in this scenario in years because I'm curbsiding. But yeah, no, I'd be like, well, I can't see the menu, so I'll just get
Chicken sandwich.
yeah. But
You know what else they don't do? They don't
no,
put mayo on it.
well,
You have to ask for it.
they're all heroes don't wear capes, as they say. The fact that they do not put
I mean,
mayonnaise.
I'm paying for it. I think they ought to put it on there.
Well, don't you ruin it for the rest of us.
I
Just
mean, they don't even put it on if you ask.
the
They give
mayonnaise
they
on your
give you a
chicken
pack.
sandwich.
They give you a pack of it.
Yeah, yeah. It's a civilized world.
You
Just
think that's fresh?
it's not. I don't care if it's fresh. Is there fresh mayonnaise? I mean, I'd say
Yes.
every bit of mayonnaise you've ever bought has been on that shelf for 6 months.
No.
Um, but I'll tell you another disturbing trend in the drive-through, and it's another chicken joint. Starts with a Z. It rhymes with Baxby's.
You know what's disturbing about that place?
What?
MSG.
There seems to be a lot of it, but they they won't take orders and then move on. It's like I've noticed you'll go through if there's a line in the drive-through, somebody will pull around, you'll pull up. Welcome to Zaxby's. Take 1 minute to look at the menu. We'll be right with you. Yes, ma'am. Order your salad with extra egg or extra chicken, what have you. Then it's time for you to pull around. That person that was in front of you is long gone. They don't just have the line right there. They get that person taken care of, get them on their way. Then they take your daggum order
Well,
at the thing. So there's no flow to it. It's just like, all right, one at a time in here.
maybe they should use the Chick-fil-A method. That's what you're asking for. You've contradicted yourself here.
It's impossible not to contradict myself, but
I mean, Chick-fil-A has the most efficient method. It's been proven.
I'm not going to sit here and
But
hear
now you complain about their method, but yet the method you want, which Zaxby's does,
you want to know the method I want. I want to get my food and get out of there. I don't want conversation about what I just ordered.
so you have drive-through anxiety.
I have people anxiety.
So it's not just about drive-throughs.
No, because if I wouldn't be that annoyed, and if that was the case, I wouldn't be as annoyed in drive-throughs as I am in gas stations when everybody's standing. It's chaos. There's no line. There's somebody standing there, somebody standing there, and I'm sitting there. Which one of you are first? One of y'all are going to have to go up here.
Oh no, after you.
Nobody
No,
says
after
that
you.
to you. There, it's just all of a sudden, Fury Road.
Actually, you get bad looks. Like they're standing back about 12 feet,
Yeah.
and then you step in front of them, and
Yeah. It's like, oh, there's a line. Well, how do I know?
yeah, maybe you should move up.
Yeah. Yeah. Now there's something else. And somebody goes up to a teller or something, goes up to the cash register.
What is the proper distance?
There's no proper
6
distance.
feet?
Just move. Get up there.
6 feet?
No, we're not doing the 6 feet rule anymore. I'm done with that.
12 feet?
No, get up there, man.
2 feet?
Get out of my way. Let me move on with my
Get
day.
close enough that someone knows you're in line.
Because you know what I'm not doing? I'm not sitting back meandering about chit chatting with strangers. I'm not looking at a menu going, what do I want? Well, come on. It's Chick-fil-A. It's going to be the same thing you ordered last time. You're not going to be like, well, last time I enjoyed the number one. Perhaps this week
Get the app.
I'll enjoy the number 12 with extra.
So why do you think all these fast food places have pushed the app? They give you rewards. So why is it? What is it? Marketing, advertising?
I'm sure there's
So they can
advertising.
push ads towards you, reminders,
Yeah.
like you're close to one of the places and you get a pop-up.
Yeah.
I will tell you the best place, the most efficient place I go to with the app, Starbucks.
Can I tell you something? I've never had a sip of Starbucks coffee.
Okay.
Well, it's not because of any righteous indignation or anything like that. It's just that I've been told early on that it's not great coffee.
By who?
People within my family. Now, amazingly, and
Who?
well, I'm fixing to tell you the whole story here, but I want to put out a disclaimer here because she watches on YouTube, and I hope she doesn't think I'm betraying any trust. But my mother,
That's exactly what you're doing.
well, the lady drinks.
I mean, your mother knows good coffee.
No, because I tell you, she'll pour it. Mom, I'm so sorry about this. She'll pour it and set it on her island for hours just to get it stronger. And then she'll put it in the microwave and then it'll be fit to drink. It's
Well, that's okay. She's figured out what she likes.
yeah, that's the thing. She's figured out what she likes, but then she'll sit in judgment of Starbucks coffee. She's going to kill me for that just then. I hope you know the
Okay,
sacrifice.
so I'm gonna have to find another co-host.
Take her. I can take her. I can take her. Don't worry.
Hey, don't mess with her coffee. She's worked a long time to perfect that system.
Well, yeah, it's either she's worked a long time to perfect it or she just doesn't feel like drinking it as soon as she pours it.
Here's something that I do. I like to determine things for myself.
Right.
Now, I appreciate your opinion, but I'm not going to choose not to go try something because somebody said,
Oh, so that was a statement about me.
yeah,
Oh.
yeah. And you may not like it, but I mean, I feel like there's many things that I've tried. I'm like, oh, I want to try that. And then I'm like, I don't really like that.
But you know how I am at restaurants. I order the same thing every time because I don't like experimenting when I'm paying for something. And if I don't enjoy that thing I'm paying for, I'm not going to send it back. I'm not going to uh, uh, complain about it. I'm just going to
I've heard you complain about Balter's shrimp and grits like 100 times.
not. I never once complained to the good people at Balter.
No.
I've complained to people like I'm doing right now. I like to moan about stuff.
You know, Serena Williams was complaining about a restaurant just the other day.
I have no idea what you're referring to. What are you talking about?
I don't know the whole story, but apparently, so she's in Paris for the Olympics, right?
Paris, France.
So she went to a restaurant and they have like it's a hotel, I think, with a restaurant and a rooftop bar. Well, apparently there was all the tables were open.
Mm-hmm.
There was, but they told her that the whole place is booked, so they have no available tables.
And I'm sure her ego did not like that.
I don't know. So what I heard was she went to social media and her millions of followers are like attacking the place. But I mean, think if they had, okay, it's the Olympics. Someone booked the whole rooftop
Yeah.
for 100 people
Yeah.
or, a group of 500. I mean, there's people with money
Yeah.
going to these Olympics.
Yeah.
I'm not traveling there because I don't have any money. But I mean, maybe the whole place was booked. So, but do you really think, okay, first of all, someone said maybe they didn't know who she was. She's probably one of the most famous athletes,
Yeah, yeah.
fairly easily
Most dominant
recognized.
female athlete in my lifetime.
Yeah.
Maybe
So,
that gymnastics lady, Simone.
yeah, but you would, I mean, they look, okay, it's the Olympics. They look like an athlete.
Oh
I
yeah.
bet they're famous. I don't know. Uh, but somebody said maybe they didn't recognize her. Doubtful. But do you really think they would not want someone with that much star power dining at their place?
Yeah, no, somebody with a lot of means had to reserve.
I don't know.
I tell you,
Anyway, I don't know why I got on that, but
but it's going to
you should
cost.
try Starbucks. You didn't even let me tell you how I use the app.
I completely derailed the Starbucks point,
Yeah,
didn't I?
so real quick, you typically in the morning, especially, the drive-through is packed. And they
Yeah.
have the old traditional drive-through.
Hmm.
You know, it's not Chick-fil-A style.
Don't brush it off like it's fuddy duddy.
But what I do is order my favorite on my mobile app, and I simply pull up, park, walk straight in, take it out. People in the drive-through haven't even moved.
Yeah, yeah, that's how. Yeah, you did it right.
And I'm thinking, why have these people not figured this out? I guess I shouldn't have told everyone.
Now, I'm assuming, excuse me, I'm assuming the excuse me, the establishment you're referring to is the one that is right down the way.
I don't go there very often. I haven't, quite honestly, I haven't been in a while because
Well, my point
I'm
is,
pinching my pennies.
penny pinching. My point is, when I come into work, I pass that one daily, and the line,
It's awful.
and I'm thinking, who has time at 8 a.m. to sit in line that long for a cup of coffee?
Oh, it's good. Doesn't it
Eh,
make you wonder?
It makes me wonder, but not enough to sit in
See,
line.
here's the problem I have with it also. The Starbucks at the hospital. So they have a little coffee bar.
Yeah.
It's not actually a Starbucks, but they make the Starbucks drinks. Typically, when I get coffee there, and they know because I just walk up, I get a medium dark roast. Actually, just there, you just order a medium coffee and you get your own and do your thing, right?
Get your pump on.
Pretty simple, right? Takes about, I don't know, 10 seconds. But what you get are these nurses who walk up and they view the menu and then they have to, could I get uh, a medium, and I forget the sizes, a venti caramel macchiato with 2 pumps of spiced ginger oil, and could you make it a skinny oat milk with a little cinnamon on top? So it takes like 3 hours to order a coffee.
I would ask these ladies, do you even want coffee? Because it sounds like you're wanting a hot chocolate. So may I recommend the hot chocolate down at the cafeteria?
May I recommend the dark roast with a
Now,
splash of cream?
what's your view on this latest trend? Because we have a mutual friend that really enjoys the cold coffee. Have you ever had the cold iced coffees?
Yeah.
What do you think of those?
Who's our mutual friend?
I don't want to say names on the air.
I need a reference.
Well, that's not the important part.
Oh,
That's not the
like the cold brew or
yeah,
iced
yeah.
coffees.
It's a weird. I accidentally got served one time at a at Dunkin' Donuts.
Yeah.
I ordered
I think they just call it Dunkin' now.
um
They sell more coffee now than donuts.
I I'm assuming, but every time I go there, I see people getting these big cups filled with iced coffee.
That's a big thing there.
And somebody accidentally, instead of giving me a hot coffee, which was just coffee and some cream,
Did you like it?
they gave me that, and they said, "Well, you can keep that. We'll get you your hot coffee." And I tried it. It was a weird sensation. I wasn't.
Well, I like them. I mean, the best ones I think are they're sweetened. I
Yeah,
don't like sweet coffee. I don't like sugar drinks
yeah,
anyway. But um, cold brew coffee is a whole different thing. It's a whole different
yeah.
process.
My niece is heavy into those. Like my sister got my niece for Christmas one of those presses that you put into the refrigerator overnight, and
Yeah, you bet you. I saw a new one. It looked pretty cool. So it's like you have like a quart jar, let's say a quart jar, pretty simple. But you have a container, like a metal container, and you put your coffee in it and you put it in the water and set it in there overnight. So the container is like a filter, I guess. So it keeps the coffee in. So you just pull it out
mhm.
and then you're left with the cold brew.
Yeah.
That's just the beginning.
You going to expound on what's following the beginning because I'm on the edge of my seat?
Well, that's just the beginning of the iced coffee.
Oh, I got
So
you.
then you can take the cold brew and you add your oat milk and your sweetener,
Yeah.
flavor it up. And a lot of people use that and they'll put it in their processor and they'll do like a frappuccino,
Mm,
a frappe.
mm.
So that's just like a milkshake kind of thing. Or you just get you a cup of ice and pour it over.
I like my Mr. Coffee. It makes a fine cup.
Well, I think they have I think the coffee makers they have cold brew machines too. I don't know. I really want like a real nice espresso machine where you put your beans in and grind it.
Yeah.
So if you ever get a chance to go to Atlanta and visit Marat, he's got a coffee set up, man. I mean, I'm
I'm
sure
sure he
you're
does.
surprised, right?
Yeah, yeah, no,
But he's got the whole little thing and he measures out his beans,
yeah.
he weighs them, puts them in the thing and grinds them up. And then he's got this little cup thing and he like presses it. And then he's got this little thing and he pokes holes in it. And he puts it on there and it drips through.
God bless. I mean, there's people that, I mean, it's almost a religious experience, their coffee making. I'm a fisherman. I pour it in a thermos, go out in the boat. I, I, I don't,
Well, I mean, you don't even drink it most days because I make it and then
I
I'm
tell
like,
you,
there's like a whole pot of coffee left.
I, I drink it occasionally here, but I drink it before I get here at home.
Why are you touching your mic?
But you just called me out about touching my mic is the question. Could you hear it? My apologies. I
It's your,
gotta have something to do with my
it's your
hands.
new.
I have to have something to do with my hands. I just can't.
There's been a lot of hand gesturing.
Well, um,
Oh,
I think we derailed the whole conversation on
it's so
drive-through.
much fun.
I mean, I don't remember the last drive-through topic.
We need to get back on the doing these every other week or off
We
more
do.
often.
It's been a hectic summer. You've been busy. I've been.
Well, it has been busy, and I have noticed that some of my favorites to watch on YouTube, they've been a little longer and you know,
Mhm.
but I mean, these guys have like,
Hours.
well, I mean, it's they get paid, right?
Yeah. Because I'm
So
sure if we did 2 hours worth, there'd be some pretty good dynamic stuff going on. But I mean, heck, we
two
get,
hours.
well, I'm
I
talking,
think we better be like tearing a car apart or building something if we're doing 2 hours.
I can tear a car apart.
One of my subscriptions, like I'll check their channel and it's like video released 7 hours ago, and there's already like 1.5 million views.
What are you talking about?
What do you mean?
What do you mean? What I mean? What are you referring to?
What YouTube channel?
Yeah, but whose videos?
It's Matt Armstrong.
Oh, okay. I was like, that ain't us.
Well, we're close.
Are we?
Yeah. I mean, fortunately for us, everyone can see the number of views, right?
That is great. Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, but it takes one to click. Friend of mine in town, he repairs motorcycles, right?
Hmm.
And so he started doing YouTube videos, and he had one video like hit, and he had like 1.5 million views or something. And I
Nice.
was like, "What were you doing?" And
Just
I said, I guess repairing my PW50 Yamaha is out of the question now since you become famous."
yeah, no, he's too big for you. Yeah.
No, he said he wasn't.
Well,
I still haven't taken it, but
it's too late.
anyway, hey, guess what?
Time to go.
The timer has timed out.
Time she's up.
Yeah, so thanks for all the views. Thanks for the new subscribers.
I apologize if I've insulted anybody about their drive-through etiquette and their choice of coffee. Um,
Wait, are you talking to your mom now?
I've apologizing to everybody.
I know we're not supposed to apologize.
It's
You know, if you don't,
I feel like that's all I do.
but you mean you shouldn't do things where you feel like you should have to
Oh,
apologize.
I agree wholeheartedly. But yeah, here I am.
Is that the reason you have to apologize?
I'm a professional apologizer.
Apology accepted.
I have no doubts.
Yeah.
When you lay an apology on this good, it gets accepted every time.
I felt like you were sincere in that too.
And my apology?
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah. I've never not been sincere in my apology. I get accused of insincerity.
You get accused of a lot of things.
A lot of things, a lot of dang things.
All right. Well, uh, look for some upcoming podcasts with guests. You know, with our new scheduling software going live, we'll be able to schedule guests worldwide through our Zoom platform. So who knows what's going to come? You know, the studio just keeps getting better.
It is. It is getting better. We have a nice soft glow.
You may come back one day and these little sound squares will cover the whole wall. Because I have enough to do that.
Oh man.
Yeah. Who knows?
Yeah.
All right. Well, thanks for joining us, and we'll see you on the flip side.
Later.